in this video, we're going to be doing constructions. This will be the first video in the series for this module. And we're going to do paper and pencil constructions. Alright, so the first thing that I'm going to do is we're going to construct congruent line segments. Okay, now notice that I have a ruler, but I'm not paying any attention to measuring. All I'm doing is drawing an initial line segment. Okay, and I'm going to label it AB. Okay, and what I want to do is I want to construct a congruent line segment to that, and I want to call it CD. Okay, so what I'm going to do is start out and draw a segment that's obviously bigger than AB. Okay, so here's what I'm going to do. I am going to use my compass as a measuring tool in terms of just simply doing something that's the same size. Now note that my compass is difficult to move, and the more difficult your compass is to move, the better your construction will be, the more accurate. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do, notice I have pushed the pen type in one end, I extended it out to the other end. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go down here to my segment that I already drew, and I'm going to press my compass into one end, and I'm going to keep that same measure, and I'm going to simply arc the distance that I had from A to B. Okay, I'm going to label my beginning end point C, and the point where my arc, my compass arc, crossed the line segment as D. Now, to verify that they're the same, all I'm going to do is lay my compass down here, measure there, and measure here, and those two pieces are the same length. So that's congruent line segments. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw another line segment, AB, again. Okay, and now what I want to do is I want to find the midpoint of that line segment without measuring. So in order to do that, here's what I have to do. Now you're going to eyeball this, and you're going to say, okay, I want to press my compass into one end, and then I want to extend it what is obviously over halfway to the other point. So it's obvious that if I extend it to here, it's more than halfway from A to B. So what I'm going to do then is I'm going to swing my arc below, and you can leave it on the paper and make that arc all the way up if you want to. It's very faint, but you can see it. Then I want to pick up my point and put it in the other end, keep that same measure that I have, and swing the arc again. Now if you're careful and you notice, you see that it crosses right here. The two arcs cross here and here. Now if I connect those 2 points, then I will have where that line crosses my original segment will give me the midpoint of that segment. So that if I wanted to write a congruence statement related to that, I know that AM, that segment, would be congruent to BM or MB, either one, because M is the midpoint. So that midpoint cuts that into 2 congruent segments. Okay, likewise back here with our initial piece, I could write a congruent statement here that says AB is congruent to CD. Okay, so line segment AB is congruent to line segment CB, and that is line segments and midpoints.